be with us and get to understand our story as well. I'm so glad to God because there's no rain tonight. I was worried the whole of this week that it may pour and we may not be able to meet. I would like, first of all, to, as just like Edgar Manassi here did, I would like to tell you that there are, in fact, descendants of slaves in this congregation tonight. And these people that are here tonight are actually featured in the book itself, either through their parents or through themselves. So I'm really happy that some of them were able to come all the way from Mombasa to come and be with us tonight on this very, very important occasion. We have Albert here, for example. He's a Farah. I think there's 4 to 6 pages of the Farah family in this book. We have the Khamisis, they're over there, grandchildren of the Khamisis. And then we have Arthur Buki, who actually played a very significant part in the construction of the families. He was my coordinator on the ground. He has come from Mombasa for this purpose. We wish to thank him for that. I would also want to introduce the editor of this book. He also edited Dash when he was at the East African Publishing House. He's now an independent editor, Ben Shivolo. I'm rather disappointed that the printers did not do a very good job on the first issue that you have in your hands. But there is a second print that is coming out by Monday or Tuesday. We have tried to compensate that by giving you a reduction on the price. So you will only pay 1,500 shillings against 1,800, which is actually on retail out there. And if you decide that you want to buy Politics of Betrayal, you have another bargain. We'll sell you that for only 500 bob. So with 2,000 bob, you'll be able to buy 2 books that you can cherish for the rest of your life. I am very, very proud that it has come to this. And I want to thank Goethe Institute for opening their doors to us this evening. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, but I do reside in the United States at the moment. And all my 3 books have actually been written there. 2 of them have been printed here. And I had a lot of difficulty trying to get a place where I could launch this book. It was quite expensive in some of these places. But when I approached Goethe Institute, they were extremely generous. And we are having this room free of charge, and I want to thank them for that. I also want to recognize Muthoni Likimani here. We haven't said a word, but he is one of our top writers. She is also doing a book on slavery, but on modern slavery. What's the name of the book? Blood?
My blood is not for sale.
My blood is not for sale. It's going to be coming out very soon, she told me, and I think Ben Shiholo, my editor, has a hand in that as well. So that's very interesting. It took me about 2 years to write this book. I did all my research, at least a large part of the research was done here in Nairobi and Mombasa, at the National Archives, at the Kenya National Library Services, at the Museum of Kenya, at the Macmillan Library. And then I went to Mombasa, and of course, since I come from Rabai, I also visited the museum at Rabai and the Swahili Center in Mombasa. These are very rich reservoir of information on our past. Now, Edgar talked about the wretched Africans. Actually, this is a term that was used to describe the poor souls that were being dragged around by the Arab slavers. And I thought that was probably the right title to use for this book. It is a very moving story. The way that our people were being captured, the way they were moved from the capturing center to the operational center or receiving center, which was mainly at Kilwa and in some other small places. And then the horrible transportation on doors to Zanzibar. And if you read this book, you will also learn that by the time they arrived in Zanzibar, they were half dead. Out of 5 people that started the journey from wherever it is in the interior, only about 2 make it to Zanzibar. And there's a quote here of a Mzungu who gave a kind of